Good evening, everybody. A very, very warm welcome to Heathcote School. My name's Ms Hillman. I'm the head teacher of the school. Many of you will know that because we've got lots of our Year 11s here. But for those of you who've come from outside and it's your first time in Heathcote, a really warm welcome. And as I say, I'm Ms Hillman, the head teacher. So myself and Miss Elmy, the head of sixth form, and one of my assistant head teachers, and some of our pupils, Zara and Sophie, who is somewhere, will be talking to you tonight, as well as one of our parents and our chair of governors. We are going to try and keep the speeches quite short because we do understand that probably lots of you don't want to be sitting close together in a room because, as we know, COVID isn't over yet. And I know that that's why it's a slightly smaller crowd than normal in here. And we do really, appreciate you coming out tonight. And we also appreciate you following the COVID restrictions and wearing a mask where possible as well. So thank you very much. But we do think it's important just to give you a little bit of a flavour of what we are as a school. And I hope that those photos that you saw when you came in have also given you a sense of some of the things that we do at the school. So, although the speeches will be shorter than normal, there are lots of other places where you can find out information. I hope you've all picked up one of our prospectuses. If you haven't, please do so. I can see lots of you with the Heathcote bags, so make sure that you pick up the information. Do take those home with you in your bags. You should be able to find out most of the answers to your questions tonight. It's really important you speak to our specialist staff. It's really important you speak to our pupils because they are the most important people who can actually tell you what it's really like to be here in the sixth form. And you can also book individual tours either during the day when the school is on, so you can see the sixth form in action, you can see students in lessons, you can see the independent study spaces, or you can book a tour, if you're not happy about being amongst lots of people, you can book a tour, an individual tour after school where you can come and see the building and talk to some of our teachers. So we normally hold our open evening in January, but we've moved it this year to November as a trial after a lot of feedback that we had from pupils and parents last year. And we also know how hard the last 2 years have been, and so we wanted to make sure that we provide you with as much information as possible, as early as possible, to give you some certainty in what is at the moment a very uncertain world. You can enrol tonight, or you can enrol from tonight, and our interviews will be held in late January, and so we would be offering places shortly after that. So this should help by providing you with something to aim for as you navigate your way through the next 6 months. And not only the final GCSE exams, but as our Year 11s know today, because they had a presentation this afternoon, Ofqual are making Year 11s do another additional 3 sets of assessments prior to the proper GCSE and BTEC exams in the summer. So Year 11s have got a very busy and very stressful 6 months ahead of them, so we want to try and make sixth form applications as simple as possible for you. So what we have here at Heathcote is we have a unique subject offer which consists of over 20 A-levels, including the EPQ qualification, 2 level 3 BTECs in business and sport, and a level 2 construction BTEC, as well as a mixed economy model, which is very new. We only introduced that 2 years ago, where pupils can study 1 A-level alongside the BTECs in business and in sport. And that's been really popular for the last 2 years. And pupils have been choosing all sorts of A-levels, including PCP, an A-level equivalent, which is professional construction practice, alongside those BTECs in construction and business. So if anybody is interested in a career in the built environment, which is going to be, really great opportunities for young people over the next 10 and 20 years, please do speak to our Design and Technology department at the top of the stairs. And I would say that we are absolutely unique in the borough in terms of offering that professional construction practice course. And many of our young people go on to very successful careers in surveying and architecture as a result of that course and the links with business and industry. So academic standards here have risen substantially over the last 4 years. It's really disappointing that we don't have real exam data to share with you to measure that success. Our data is set out in the information packs that you've got. However, our centre assessed grades and our teacher assessed grades in 2020 and 2021 were done in a very robust way. So they are as real as they can be without students actually sitting the exams. And they show some outstanding results in all areas. with pupils achieving an ALPS Level 1 in A-Level and an ALPS Level 2 in B-Tech, which basically means that outcomes at this school are among the best locally and nationally based on the prior attainment of the pupils that come here. And we are confident that this year, despite the pandemic, results this year will be very strong and that pupils here will be guaranteed outstanding results in line with the best in Waltham Forest and also beyond Waltham Forest. Our department leaders, who you can meet this evening, are strong and they are ambitious, and many of them are new to the school over the last 2 years, as the school has gone from strength to strength. The final blocks from which you can choose the options that you want to take will be put together finally once the applications are in. And what we try and do is match the combinations that as many pupils want as possible to ensure that we can either do that or offer a feasible alternative. Last year, nearly all pupils were able to get the subject combinations that they wanted, or something very, very close. And where numbers are too small to run courses, we try to be very, very flexible here. And so, for example, we plan our schemes of learning so that Year 12 and Year 13 pupils can study together, which means that in some cases where in other schools courses wouldn't run, we do run those courses here. And that can actually lead to really powerful learning opportunities, having Year 12 and 13 pupils together. We are looking at introducing a new applied science vocational course for next year for pupils who want to study science but don't necessarily want to do a traditional A-level route that concentrates very, very much on those final exams. So if you are interested in the applied science course, and I know that Ms Farrier has spoken to lots of our Year 11s in school, and about 30 students have already expressed interest in that. If you are interested in the applied science course, you won't be able to enrol tonight because it's actually something that we've developed as an idea, getting the feedback from Year 11s over the last couple of weeks. Just let a member of staff know, and then we will contact you and let you know when the applied science is on the Applica system so that you can apply for that course as well. And I think that will be really, really exciting because science is a real strength here. And as I say, we want to give students other opportunities to study science that aren't necessarily the traditional A-level courses. And there's no reason why pupils shouldn't be able to do an A-level alongside that vocational course in the same way that you would with business and sport. So please make the effort tonight to go and speak to the subject specialists and make your own mind up about the curriculum and our ambitions here. But please, as I've said before, please speak to the young people. We've got lots and lots of our pupils here tonight. They really wanted to be here. They really want to sell the sixth form. You've heard that amazing singing outside, which is fantastic, from the music department. So please speak to them. They'll be very open with you about what life is like here. And relationships with staff are rated highly right across Heathcote School, and this provides a bedrock for a really excellent environment in which to learn. As I'm sure you're aware, there's a lot of independent study necessary in the sixth form, and this building provides a perfect opportunity for that, and you can have a look at those spaces tonight. Pupils use the spaces sensibly, that's always commented on when we have visitors and reviewers, and they use the spaces cooperatively. And they can borrow Chromebooks to support them in their study, as well as booking individual study rooms. And in general, pupils at this school really benefit from having the separate sixth form building, which again is almost unique in Waltham Forest, to have a school that has its own very separate building. But they also benefit from being part of the larger 11 to 18 school. And so pupils do have some lessons in the main school, where they can also use the excellent facilities that we have over there in DT and science, for example. But having said that, this building is also equipped with high-level specialist rooms, such as the construction room, the drama studio, the gym, which pupils can use for recreation, but also as part of the Sport B-Tech course, and the IT rooms, which you can have a look round tonight. And in addition, pupils benefit from our amazing grounds and sports facilities in the wider school, and they also have opportunities to volunteer with younger pupils and play roles such as our pupil ambassadors over here, supporting the whole school, gaining really, really good experience. And they can also join in with the wider clubs and activities, including the weekly yoga, for example, to support pupils with exam stress. So for those of you here currently in Year 11, we really think now about Heathcote as a 7-year journey for pupils, so arriving in Year 7 and leaving in Year 13. And we really hope that most of you in Year 11 will choose to stay on. And this has really built over the last few years, and this year, the current Year 12s, we've had more pupils staying on than ever before. So 120 of our last year's Year 11 stayed on into Year 12. That's almost 70%, and we want to increase that and to replicate that or increase that this year. And that's one of the reasons why we're looking at this applied science course as a direct result of the feedback that we've had from our current Year 11 pupils. And it's really nice to be talking to the parents of our current Year 11s, because I never did the Year 6 open evening because I wasn't at the school when you were actually choosing schools when your children were in Year 6. So it's lovely to have an opportunity to talk to you tonight about the sixth form. There will always be pupils at Heathcote who will benefit from a fresh start, and we wish those pupils well. But we do hope that if you're here this evening, that you really are considering staying on. If you're not, we will support you, of course, with your next pathway, whatever that may be. Pupil destinations at 18 are exciting and varied, and you can read all about our Oxbridge success in the prospectus, as well as the 43% of pupils last year who took pathways into top-tier universities. For those of you here who are new to Heathcote and in other schools, we're delighted to have you here. And you will also benefit from everything that I've outlined. And you will build relationships really quickly with teachers and pupils. And all of our pupils that have come from other schools to join us in the sixth form are very vocal about how easily they fitted in and how warmly that they were welcomed here. And COVID permitting, we also plan to have a transition week in the summer term after the GCSEs are over, where all of the pupils who are planning on coming here in the sixth form will come and spend a week here and really have an opportunity to meet the teachers and start thinking about those study skills that they'll need for Year 12 and 13. We also know that there's been a huge increase in older children and young adults with mental health issues as a result of the pandemic and other national pressures. We will look after your children here, I absolutely guarantee you that. And we will ensure that they're supported by our team, whatever difficulties they face. And Miss Lewis at the back, head of Year 12 and 13, and Miss Elmy and the team work incredibly hard to support people in this school, but also to signpost them to various services and support outside of school. The sixth form here is a happy place. Pupils get on very, very well with each other and with staff. And the final celebration event that you saw some slides of in the summer term in Year 13 always brings home to me the strength of relationships here. And it's hugely evident that pupils have made lifelong friendships. We're committed to ensuring pupils have the best pathways when they leave school. The key outcome of a good education, I passionately believe, is that pupils can live happy, safe and successful lives. Careers advice here is second to none, and you can speak to Miss Burnett, our careers advisor, who's upstairs this evening. And pupils have opportunities to visit universities, places of work and businesses throughout the sixth form. On Tuesday this week, a group of Year 11s and 12s spent a day at Cambridge University, for example. So Miss Elmy and our students will talk to you more about the enrichment opportunities on offer, as these are extensive and pupils benefit from these on a daily basis. These include Duke of Edinburgh, EPQ, debating, critical thinking. I'm very, very proud to be head of this school, and I'm very proud of all our sixth formers, past and present. The current sixth formers in Year 12 and 13 amaze me with their resilience and their commitment. And I wish any Year 13s here tonight good luck with their mocks next week, and also the Year 11s in our school. Good luck with your mocks starting on Monday, and it's great that you find the time to come here. And if you're not from Heathcote and you have mocks coming up, then we wish you all the best with them as well. And I do hope that in 2 years' time, you're preparing for your Year 13 mock exams here at Heathcote, and you're able to say with confidence that you made the right decision tonight about where to spend 2 of the most important years of your lives. I really hope you enjoyed tonight and you really get a sense of what Heathcote has to offer. So I'm going to hand over to Miss Elmy, who's the head of sixth form, and she's going to talk to you a little bit more about what goes on outside the lessons, and then we'll hand over to our pupils. Thanks, Miss.
Hi everybody, it's a pleasure to be here today presenting to you all. So Ms Hillman has gone through most of the key things that we offer here, but what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is the wider curriculum that we also have on hand. Now, we take pride in our academic excellence, but it's the wider curriculum that really supports our pupils building the skills for life. that makes them successful beyond Heathcote. So as a school, we want to build every pupil to be confident and valuable members of our community. And that means, at our core, we have to challenge each and every single one of our pupils to be the best that they can be, as well as making them and encouraging them to take chances on themselves and create opportunities that they are proud of. This also means building positive relationships with their peers and staff members, and also developing a strong work ethic so that they can achieve that excellence. So part of our curriculum here at Heathcote is to give pupils a broad range of opportunities to help nurture and develop these attributes. And Ms Hillman touched on some of the ones that we do offer, such as debate club every week, where students are able to discuss real topical issues that are important to them, as well as giving them opportunities to compete in the bar mock trials. Our students thrive on competition and have excelled in these competitions over the years, as well as taking part in the Duke of Edinburgh expedition, which has helped push them to go beyond their comfort zone. But ultimately, we expect our pupils to be big-hearted and to contribute to the wider community in a positive way. Our pupils are expected to join the pupil leadership team and be a pupil ambassador and volunteer in different fundraising activities. And I'm proud to say that our pupils are leaders of this sixth form. And this year, our pupils have gone above and beyond to really give back to the community. For example, they organised a few drives to support some of the local food banks, and they are continuing to roll that out across the school. They have exemplified the model that we expect to see from all our students coming here, and that is something that we expect any pupil that comes to Heathcote System to take part in. We also have a strong pastoral team that is helpful to support our pupils in every step that they take along their journey. That includes guiding them through the UCAS process, whether they choose to go to university, go do an apprenticeship. Our tutor team are able to give them the guidance and support that they need to make the right choices for them. But ultimately, we want our students to really strive, and so we provide a range of experiences to get them to be build on their confidence and be better citizens as they lead. I can talk all day about the experiences that pupils have, but ultimately they can speak better about their experiences. So I'm going to hand over to our pupil leaders to talk a little bit about their own achievements this year and what they've gained from the experiences that they've taken at Heathcote. So, Sophie, would you like to start?
I'm Sophie and I study maths, economics and sociology. The reason I stayed on at Heathcote is because the sixth form environment has always been one that grants independence and freedom to its students while still allowing standards to be met. If you are passionate about anything, setting up a society is very easy and is one of my many favourite aspects of our sixth form. Not only this, but Heathcote is very passionate for charity and helping in our local community. For example, we have raised money for charities through school runs and bake sales, as well as, like Ms Elmi said, the food runs that we've donated to food banks. The sixth form is a place where I flourished because of how supportive the staff has been, and how Heathcote gives us the tools that each individual needs in order to succeed in what they want to do. Staff repeatedly have gone out of their way to help me, and with a wide range of questions, advice and help that I need. For example, getting onto super-curricular programs like the SMF, and work experience, and providing one-on-one advice on my personal statement, even if they don't teach me. At Heathcote, we are given an accurate vision of what grade we are working at and provided with effective feedback that clearly shows improvement within our grades. For example, in Year 11, I was convinced I wouldn't study maths at all, but Heathcote gave me the confidence and motivation I needed to allow me to study the subject, which I now excel at. This big change in my attitude and mindset has been extremely impactful to me, and I've applied it to many aspects within my life. I'm happy to say that even though A-levels is known to have a big bad reputation, studying at Heathcote has hands down been some of the best years I've had. I do hope you consider Heathcote as your sixth form. It is a genuinely supportive and positive environment that will help you do the best you can.
Hello everybody, my name is Zara Stevens. I'm also known as your head girl. Speaking as an external Heathcote school member, I would like to believe I have an unbiased standpoint with a raw and clear depiction of the school. Upon arrival in the midst of the COVID environment, I was noticeably nervous, scared and unsettled. However, it was made apparent from an early stage what the expectations of the school were: community, encouragement and to challenge all students. To set the scene, masks were on, sanitizers were out and distance was kept, but through that, integration was a priority of the school. As months go by, I become a member of the sixth form. I was presented with many opportunities, such as helping with the charity run to raise money for Race for Life. Also, as of recently, £845 was raised for children in need. I say all of that to say this: when looking for a sixth form, I was looking for a place to find hard work and also community. Heathcote has equipped me with both, as I have the flexibility to work at my own pace, while also being able to work at my own pace, but also being encouraged to always do better. The enthusiasm of teachers and the high-spirited atmosphere of all my peers always motivate me. It is clear that Heathcote want my peers and I to develop beyond academia. They support me through their careers team and also have transferable skills through roles such as being a people ambassador. If you ask me at the end of year 11 where I saw myself going after secondary, I would be unable to come up with a concrete answer. But now I stand proudly saying that I'm an honoured member of the Heathcote sixth form. The community work stands second to none, as we are a apparent presence within giving back to our community. Alongside the constant improvement the sixth form seek to have, asking for students to give their feedback. Hopefully I'm still all ears and hope that this message resides closely along the uncertain. Heathcote is a place where success and development echoes throughout the school.
My time at Heathcote was a very enjoyable experience. I received lots of support from the school and the teachers in both my learning and my application for university.
We were all treated as individuals, and along with one-on-one help during class and extra sessions, we were all pushed to achieve our best and help set us up for the uni of our choice. I would recommend Heathcote as it is a safe and friendly environment in which to learn.
I would recommend Heathcote School because it gives you the ability to maximise your potential and grow as an individual. My time at Heathcote.
Good evening, everyone. That was my two lads, he says. And I've been asked to talk to you briefly from a parent's perspective. So my youngest one left the school just over a year ago, and the older one left 2 years before that. And as you can see, they're very different children. And anyone in the room here who's got two children, you will know you bring them up the same, you feed them the same, you do the same things with them, and they end up two very different children. One of mine was very, very hard working, and every grade he got, he earned. The other one was too intelligent for his own good and was therefore very lazy, and just about managed to find his way through in the right way. But the school supported them, despite the fact they were two very different children with two very different learning needs. And they both absolutely went on and got to go to university, to their first choice universities, and do the courses that they wanted to do. And kind of what you've heard tonight, I want to give you from that parent's perspective, with me not having any connection with the school anymore. And the first bit is about the excellent communication that you will get within the school. There was at no point in time during the time my children were here where I didn't know what they were doing, I didn't know what they were delivering on, and I didn't know what they were behind on. So really, really excellent communication from the school around that. The second one is about the teachers and how approachable they were. You haven't got to wait for parents' evening. If there is something where one of your children is struggling, the school will come to you. And if you've got concerns, you can absolutely approach the school, approach the teachers at any point in time to get that position. The second point I wanted to emphasise is actually both my kids, one before they joined the sixth form and one in the years in between were both identified with different underlying health conditions. And my younger son actually had a period in hospital when he should have been at school. Now, the school didn't forget him, the school didn't let him fall behind. Absolutely, work was sent out, work was followed up. He was able to do that when he was in hospital, he was able to send it in. So the support from the school was really, really excellent in that respect. And the final point I just wanted to emphasise was that bit about preparing your children for what comes after. And that was absolutely there, whether it's the extracurricular things you've heard about this evening, whether it was that independent learning, so actually your children went away to learn on their own, really, really sets them up for what comes after. And both of mine have gone on to university and are excelling there because of that foundation that was built for them. So what you're hearing from the school is genuinely what your children will experience and what you will experience if you choose Headteacher for your sixth form.
Right, I'm the last to speak. So I'm Mike Ashwell, I'm the Chair of Governors of the school. I'm also a parent of 3 children who have been through this school. My 2 boys left in the summer and now at university, working with guys who they had classmates, so they're sharing houses next year, so the bonds do really exist in the school, in the sixth form. I'm not going to say too much because a lot's been said already, but what I would say, the reasons why we chose Heathcote, my children chose Heathcote sixth form, and we sat where you are now 5 years ago. They came through the school and they stayed on. Was number one is the pastoral care. You know, the support you get from teachers, the behaviour has improved fantastically over the years here. You know, every child here really does matter. You know, and as Andrew said, where intervention is needed, it's applied, support is given. You know, you don't have to ask for it; they come to you. Again, the facilities in the school. You know, this is like a self-contained unit. You know, there's a cafe, restaurant. It really gets the guys sort of geared up for the next stage in life, which could be university, could be world of work or whatever. So I've got nothing but praise for the school. What I would say is, you know, this is a big decision. Tonight, hopefully the information you'll hear tonight and you'll see walking around the school will help you make your right decision, whatever you do. But if you've got any questions, then I'll be here all this evening. Obviously, Ms Hillman will be here, and my ex-governor, Mr Blake, will be here as well. And there's a lady at the back, who also is an ex-governor. So if you want any questions, by all means ask us. And if you think of a question when you've gone home, by all means contact the school. I'm happy to take questions. But again, I would strongly recommend Heathcote as a parent for the children for the school. So that's what I'm going to say. Good luck with whatever decision you make, and have a safe and pleasant evening. Thank you.
Thank you.